It's KIYRA LYNN with Hollywood First Look Features and via Skype because we are all in quarantine. I'm here with Miranda Bailey, founder of the entertainment site, thecherrypicks.com. Welcome, Miranda. How are you doing in this environment?
Thank you. Well, talking to you is definitely one of the highlights of my day because you look so perfect and professional and like made up, and I love it. And I love your hair and everything about it. So I feel like a normal person now, not just looking at my kids in PJs.
Thank you. I really appreciate all that. Well, I want to know, for our viewers who may not be familiar with thecherrypicks.com, please tell us more about your site.
Thecherrypicks.com is a website by women, kind of for everyone, about movies and what's being released right now. Obviously, during this time, we are focusing on streaming. And we do have, all the new releases that are streaming. We do have our cherry pick choices, which is kind of like, if you went to the video store back in the old days, what the people, who worked there liked. We have a scoring system. So we curate female critics and, that are published, and, they have a scoring system and they score the movies, and then we add that to ours. And it's really about like what women think about the movies. So it's not, really Rotten Tomatoes, which is like good or bad. It's definitely more geared towards women, which is like Run, Don't Walk, 2 cherries, worth the ticket, or as we have, worth the $20 Emma rent price. Catch it from your couch, which right now happens to be pretty much everything.
Right.
And then there's the pits, which is, self-explanatory. However, we look at movies and try to look at movies in a more positive light, and encourage filmmaking, encourage female filmmaking. So, everyone loves to see a pity movie every now and then. So we have official cherry pickers who are reviewers who have been, applied to our site, which you can apply to our site if you're a female critic or entertainment writer. Mostly female critics are the ones who become cherry pickers, but then we also hire them to write entertainment articles as well. And we hire 51% of women of color and to write, or that's the mandate anyway. We're normally above it. We're normally at like around 60 something, but, and then we still, we still curate the Manola Dargises that are out there and the other women that can't, are bound, by things. So, we're similar in that way, but you get a little perk if you're a cherry picker, like discounts on things. So
let's talk about what people should be watching at home at this point, considering, there is a plethora of movies that are actually releasing during the quarantine. What movies are coming up that we can watch or we should be watching?
It depends on if you want to see, are they coming up? Are they new releases, or are these old movies? So, one of the things that I, and the girls who work with me or women who work with me did is we created, we were really bummed that we couldn't go to South by Southwest this year. So we created a list of our top 10 favorite South by Southwest movies that are streaming. So you can read that on the site, and, it's, there's so many different ones that were there. I had, as a filmmaker myself, I've had more than, 9 movies there over the years. So it was really sad not to go this year. So that, there's movies from festivals like that. There's a movie that I really like starring Olivia Wilde called Drinking Buddies. And obviously Booksmart is on there as well. So Olivia Wilde makes the list twice. One as an actress and one as a director. So that's probably the only one who did, which is pretty cool. And then what's coming out on Thursday, which I know this is going to be a little later, which you'll be able to go and see on our original stories, is we have our own kind of community of cherry pick, people from like the head of curation to the head of business development to our web assistants to our podcast producers, all that, who pick their favorite cabin fever movie, because we're all going a little crazy right now.
A little cuckoo.
Yeah. And so I can tell you what a couple of those are. My office manager, her name is Monsi Desai, and her favorite cabin fever movie is Kiki's Delivery Service. It's about a young witch trying to make a living to find her place in the world without ever giving up. And it is an anime, I believe, and it's on iTunes and Amazon and Vudu. And then my movie that I picked was Legally Blonde, because there's a better time to be reminded of how underestimated we are as women and how we can prove everybody wrong.
Oh, that's such a classic. Such a classic.
Yeah.
Well, the cherrypicks.com also has some upcoming events. Why don't you talk about that?
Yes, we do. We have an upcoming event that just got put on the schedule today. I will see what is. Unfortunately, a lot of our events now are Instagram, or those kinds of things. So we have on April 2nd an Instagram Live with Alicia Malone. She knows all of the old movies. She's just an incredible critic and entertainment host. So we'll be going live on the 2nd at 3 p.m. Pacific time with Alicia Malone.
If they wanted to catch you guys on Instagram, what is your Instagram handle?
All of our social media channels are the same. It's at the Cherry Picks.
Thank you so much, Miranda, for speaking with us. Be sure that you guys go ahead and check out their website. It is thecherrypicks.com. You guys stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy this quarantine. Thank you so much, Miranda.
Thank you.